Hello, good evening one and all. How are we all doing on this Friday evening? Welcome back to the channel for another live show as we look ahead to our game tomorrow. Of course, the Yorkshire derby taking on Barnsley at Oakwell as we try to make the short trip to Barnsley. It's always a good away day at Barnsley, and of course, we need to ensure that we do take the 3 points. It's a massive game. Both sides not in very good form. And yeah, I mean, it's going to be an intriguing game. And I just hope that we can really start performing and winning the game. We need to win the game ultimately. And do I have much confidence tomorrow? No, I haven't. No, unsurprisingly, no, I haven't. Winning one game in 6, creating next to nothing in recent games as well, at home especially. Don't look like scoring at all. And yeah, it's not good at all in any aspect. We already covered that yesterday, and everybody that watched saw that I was quite a ranty live show last night. The emotions do get the better of me. I love this club, and it hurts me to see the club in such a sorry state than it is right now. And yes, people will say we're still in the playoffs and things, but that's not the point. We stumbled our way through the season. We're lucky that we're in the top 6. And now, if we don't win this game tomorrow, then come Saturday tea time, we could be out of the top 6. And then we are chasing the pack. So it's really tough times at the moment. But we're going to get into it. Look at our opposition before moving on to our perspective. So make sure you do drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and share the channel around with your friends and family. And let's try and get to 800 subscribers very, very soon. Thank you very much for all your love and support. Let's get to the comments. Blue says boring Huddersfield. I think watching paint dry is more entertaining than watching us play at the moment. That's how bad it is. But welcome in. And hello, Eugene. He says, hello, everyone. Big up. And Levia, of course, a Tottenham fan. And good to see you in the chat, Eugene. Hope you're doing well. And thank you very much for tuning in. Blue Tail says, if we don't win tomorrow, I think Kevin might have a decision to make. Well, like I said, I don't think, even if we do win tomorrow, changes need to be made at this football club. Regardless, I think it's all clear to us what needs to happen, but Kevin still chooses to ignore the fans' concerns in this topic, and seems to protect his best mate at all costs. And of course, Michael Duff. Look, I think Michael Duff has to have questions asked as well, because I'm sorry, I'm not convinced. I said it before, I'll say it again. Not convinced with his style of play at all. And what we're seeing is next to nothing. It's rubbish. It's actually rubbish. Kieran says, do you think Rotherham will win tomorrow against Reading? I've actually gone for a Reading win tomorrow, unfortunately, Kaylee, for you. I know you're a Rotherham fan, but I think Reading will win tomorrow, but I could be wrong. It might be a draw. And Harry says, I think even if we don't go, we should keep Duff Philip of having a new manager every 6 months. The thing is, though, Harry, I get what you're saying, and it is a bit frustrating that we're having to keep changing managers, and I get that. But the reality is we're having to change managers so frequently because the club hierarchy are getting the managerial appointment wrong every time. And that's why we've had to change. For me, I said it last night, and I'll say it again. I don't see us having much success with Duff in charge, and that's just me being brutally honest. I just don't think it will work at all. Like I said, we will not have success playing like this, and having not even a plan A, let alone a plan B. You cannot, in this day and age, you have to have a plan B. And unfortunately, Duff is too stubborn in his ways. He doesn't change it when required. He waits and waits and waits until it's too late and then decides to change it. He's not quick enough to make the decisions. That's just my opinion. I'm not a big fan of Duff, if I'm being brutally honest. Johnson says, "Hi Ryan, hope you're well. Good to see you back on the live. Yeah, hello to you, Joshua. Good to see you. And yeah, it's good to be back. And thank you very much for your kind words." Blue Tay says, "If we don't think Duff is the man to get us up, then I hope we don't wait till promotion is near impossible to get rid." Yeah, I mean, look what happened though. I have no faith in the board to make the right decision and be quick with the decisions, because it's been proven in the past, Blue Terry, that they wait and wait and wait. I don't want to sound like a broken record, but last season when we waited and waited and waited too long to sack managers when it clearly wasn't working, and that cost us ultimately. So I don't trust the board to do the right thing, unfortunately, but I agree. I do agree. Bing says, "How are you, mate?" Yeah, I'm all right. How are you? Had a fresh trim today. You probably recognise, guys. Feel a lot better now with the fresh trim. So yeah, hope you're doing well though, Bing. And Harry said, "I think Duff has overachieved most of the squads being out." Look, I'm not having this, Harry. Look, I respect your opinion, and I do respect your opinion, but I'm not having this injury excuse. Does injuries stop you from having a style of play, an identity on the field? Does injuries stop you from, going forward a bit more rather than being such a negative setup? You know what I mean? There's so many things. We can make excuses for injuries, I'm afraid, and I'm not going to make that excuse. This season has not been good enough in any way, and I just think the fact is that certain elements in this is that doesn't stop you from having a style of play, doesn't stop you from playing a bit of good football as well. No, he's not on the pitch, but he's setting out the team, giving the ideas across the team as well. There's no excuse for it. So has he overachieved? I don't think he has overachieved, because we're about to slip out the playoffs, and that is an absolute disgrace in its own right. And another thing is that how many times have we had a chance to close the gap on the top two and we've failed? So I don't see him. He hasn't overachieved at all. Hello to Wayne. He says, "Sorry I'm late." No worries, Wayne. Good to see you. Make sure you do drop a like, guys, on the video if you can. It does help with the algorithm. And subscribe if you are new around here. It is very much appreciated, all your love and support. And let's keep pushing towards 800 subscribers. That would be brilliant. But hello to Wayne. Hope you're well. Bing says, "Yeah, move way too long to get rid." Yeah, going back to Darren Moore last season. Yeah, it was too late. And to be fair, a disaster of appointment in the first place. So Harry says, "I just don't think many people could have done a better job than him. And if so, who would you want to manage us?" Yeah, but this is always the argument, isn't it, Harry? And we're going to get into preview in a minute. But thank you all for your contributions. This is what really annoys me. Who could have done a better job? This is what the phrase a lot of fans use. Who could have done a better job? I'm not interested in that. I'm looking at what Duff is doing right now, that he's done this season. And it's not been good enough. Because even when we've been winning games, like I said the other day, you've come away from matches thinking, how have we won that? So we've basically got lucky in the wins that we've got as well. So it's been so unconvincing. So when this argument starts to come about who could have done a better job, I'm not bothered about who could have done a better job. I'm judging what Duff is doing at the moment. And unfortunately, it is falling way, way short. And I get that he's had a lot of injuries. I get that. But it doesn't stop you from having a style of play. And it doesn't stop you from being better at decision making when the game is going on, tweaking it as the game goes on to turn the game in your favour instead of just keeping it the same. So yeah, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna go that. And who do I want to be managers? I haven't really thought about that, to be honest with you. But just somebody that can bring some excitement, an exciting manager that can get us playing some good football and, what I mean, attacking, but also solid at the back. And that's what I kind of profile, and a bit of experience as well. And that's what kind of the profile of manager I want, really. But yeah, crazy how Duff did better when we had loads of injuries. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's just one of those. Bing says, but anyway, could do a better job. It doesn't work like people think some managers have a better sound way, but I haven't been given a chance. Yeah, absolutely. And Wayne says, I'm good, thanks, starting a new job on Monday. Nerves. Oh, dear. Well, best of luck for your new jobs on Monday when you start. I'm sure it'll go all right, and I'm sure you'll settle in fine. But good to hear you're okay, though. But look, guys, we are going to get into the preview now. But thank you, everybody, for your contributions. Keep them coming, and we'll cover any questions that you want to ask as well. Put them in the chat, and we'll get to those very, very soon. But let's get into it. So, look, obviously, we travelled to Oakwell. We haven't actually won at Oakwell in 13 years. I did a bit of research. Obviously, we already met Barnsley this season twice. One in the cup and one in the league, both at our place. We won 2-0. We won 2-0. We won 2-0 in both games, didn't we? Sorry, yeah. And so we've already played them. We have some good games. Well, we've won the games against them. But look, the opposition, Barnsley, obviously got relegated a few years ago. This is their third season in League One. Obviously, Michael Duff and Barnsley have history, so obviously he's known around there. Barnsley, they sit in 10th at the moment on 43 points, 6 points adrift of the playoffs. But look, both sides are out of form. Barnsley, winless in their last 5 games, lost 4 and drawn 1 in that time. But look, Barnsley are having a bit of a flat season, aren't they, really? They usually are in the playoffs. Like, they usually stay in the playoffs for most of the season, and then they just can't get over the line. But yeah, they're actually out of it at the moment, as I said. Now, Barnsley's last league win came on January the 4th against Crawley Town. Now, the manager, Darrell Clark, very experienced, 664 games under his belt. Obviously, Clark was manager at Cheltenham before he moved to Barnsley in May. And look, he's having a fairly good season, but still, I think Barnsley fans would probably want to be in the playoffs rather than playing catch up. But yeah, look, Darrell Clark's been in management for 14 years. Managed several clubs, Bristol Rovers. Had promotions and things like that as well. And yeah, like I said, had a short spell at Cheltenham before he moved to Barnsley. Now, their formation, usually they play a 3-5-2 with that focus on the high pressing, counter-attacking football. Now, Barnsley are known to obviously start games with plenty of energy, and will look to really take an early grip of this game. Obviously, Yorkshire derby this weekend. Wing-backs Lofthouse and Corey O'Keefe will provide plenty of threat, with O'Keefe having recorded a club high of 9 assists so far this season. Also, if selected, Luke O'Connell, Adam Phillips, and Ovs, and we are actually coming up against a former Town player, John Russell. So yeah, be interesting to see. And they've provided a combination of 26 goal contributions for the season so far as well. But like I said, this season, their home form, they've been very poor at home. Well, they've not been poor, but they've won 4, drawn 6, lost 5 of their home games they've played so far. The key players, I like their attacking player, Kayla Dunn, who, he's a good player, 27 years of age, scored 11 goals for Barnsley this season, as well as a solitary assist. Yeah, let me know your key players in the chat, guys, as well. Sorry, I usually say that, but I forgot. Adam Phillips is another one, really strong season he's having for them in front of goal. 8 goals and 5 assists so far this campaign. And we talk about the wing-backs, obviously Corey O'Keefe has got a lot of assists to his name this season with 9 already. So he is certainly somebody that we need to be looking out for. But yes, now their predicted lineup. I'm going to go through their predicted lineup and see what is predicted in this one. But yeah, I like Luke O'Connell as well. I think Luke O'Connell's really good as well. So yeah. Now, so they're probably going to start with Gochi in goal, De Gavene, Pines, Earl, Lembikisa, Connell, Russell, Phillips, Gent, Rodriguez, and Kayla Dunn. That's probably going to be their lineup for the game. But look, I think it's not going to be an easy game. I don't care what's happened before. It's about what happens in this game. Yes, we've beaten them twice already this season, but that was at our place. Away from home, it'll be completely different. And I think, like I said, to be fair though, when we went into those games with Barnsley, we were going into those games needing to win, and we actually did. We were low on confidence as well because we'd just come off that bad spell that we had earlier in the season. So there's a few similarities with the form going into this one, isn't there, for us? But look, I think it's good. They're going to make it difficult for us. They're going to try and get their revenge at their place after we beat them earlier in the season twice. So yeah, that's Barnsley's kind of analysis there. Blue Jay says Davis, Kayla Dunn, Luke O'Connell, and Adam Phillips and John Russell. Yes, a few names there that you think we should be looking out for tomorrow. But yeah, thank you for that. Let's have a look then at our perspective. Let's get into our perspective then. Like I say, we haven't, we've picked up 1 win in the last 6 games. It's been dreadful, as we all know. Scoring goals has been a big issue, especially at home. Away from home, we've not been so bad, to be fair. We have scored quite a few goals on the road recently, but we haven't got the results that we needed. Now the team news: Matty Pearson is set to be out for around 6 weeks with a torn calf. Ruben Ruskin has seen a specialist about his knee injury that he picked up, and we've received some very positive news about him, actually, that he only faces 2 to 4 weeks on the sidelines. Everybody was thinking it was going to be for the season that he was out for, so he's better than first expected, but still frustrating all the same, because we are so short down that side. That's why we brought this guy in January, and he's been suspended because he got red cards, and then now he's injured. So it's just so infuriating. Lomvik and Taylor are both training with the physios, as obviously they recuperate from their hamstring injuries. Lomvik is expected to be our next player back available, but he's still looking at another week or 2 before he can return. So yeah, well, we need him back ASAP. Longvike, absolutely. It's one of those. And Miller is back in individual training, but still has a long way to go in his recovery from that MCL injury that he picked up. So, yeah, so just a few updates there on the injury front. Guys, make sure you do drop a like on the video right now if you are just joining us. And let me know your comments. Let me know how you're feeling ahead of the games tomorrow. Do you think that we can get the win? We're going to do our score prediction very soon. But how are you feeling? Let me know. And I am just going through the team news. Subscribe to the channel if you're new as well, guys. And share the channel around with your friends and family. Let's try and get to 800 subscribers very soon. It would mean a lot to me. But look, it is time to make our team predictions. Who would you be starting tomorrow? Let me know your full team selections in the chat right now, and I will bring them up after I've been through my lineup. So let's have a look at my lineup that I've gone with for tomorrow. So as you can see, Nichols starts in goal once again for the second game running. A back four. I want to see a back four of Spencer, Balker, Lees, and Sorensen. And then the two holding. Kasumu, for me, comes back in. He's back. Obviously, he's had a few. I know he's been out for a while, guys, but he did make... He came on for like the final 20 minutes in the last game. So he should... Look, I don't know if he can, I don't know where he's at in terms of if he can complete a full game yet. Probably not, but I think we could probably still get a good amount of minutes out of him. But obviously, yeah. So I have to put him back in there, guys, because the midfield has been a big issue lately. In Kasumu, we have missed him a lot. Kane alongside him, and then Wiles as the cam, and then the front three of Chiru. I can't say his name, guys. Chiru. I can't say his name. On the left, Charles, the centre forward, and Marshall out on the right. But yeah, look, I think this is the best lineup we can go with, in my opinion, and this is what I would like to see. Let me know what you think about this lineup, and also get your team lineups in the chat right now, and I will bring them up. I will bring them up now. But look, yeah, I think this is the best lineup. I want to see more from the new signing on the left. Needs to do more. Wiles needs to do more. In fact, everybody needs to do more. Not just the selected few. We need to see everybody doing a lot better than what we've seen in the past. And that is that. Blue Terrier has said he wants to go for a 4-2-3-1. Nichols in goal. You've gone for a back four of Ruffles, Balker, Lees, and Spencer. And then Kane and Kasumu as the holders. How do I say the new guy's name, guys? Is it Chiruwa? Yeah. Chiruwa, yeah. Wiles, Marshall, and Charles. Yeah, no, look, I think, again, not too keen on Ruffles. But having said that, Sorensen hasn't exactly been great since he's come back from injury, either, has he? So I understand that. But yeah, no, a good lineup, and pretty much the same as me, barring the one in Ruffles. Barring Ruffles, that's the difference between the two of our lineups. But good lineup. But look, I mean, we need a big reaction tomorrow. I think we have to try and start the game quickly, because if we just give them confidence early on, it's going to be a long afternoon. I think I just want to see massive improvements, because we really have been getting away with things, and now again our luck has run out, and we're just not getting results. We're not fluid. We're not flowing very good on the pitch, and it just looks completely disjointed, and we look completely devoid of ideas as well. So look, they've had a week on the training pitch. I expect to see a big improvement, because we cannot go on like this. I'm not going to sit here and blame the injuries anymore, because I just think it doesn't stop a manager from having a style of play. It doesn't stop a manager from changing things up a bit and actually just saying, you know what, I'm not going to be stubborn. I just need to, you know what I mean, try and you know what I mean, just mix it up a little bit and just do something different. So look, I expect a difficult game, but my hopes are we start quickly. We don't let them get on top and have confidence early on, and get the crowd up as well, because they are at home. I want to see us playing with urgency. It needs to be quicker, not lethargic that we've seen in recent weeks. We need to play quickly. We need to play forward, and not just hoofing the ball up front to our 5'9" striker who's going to be beaten in the air by their centre half. Let's have a bit of know-how and playing style, for goodness sakes. And ultimately, we need to create a lot more than we have done recently as well. We need to create, and we cannot afford to be doing what we did in our last away game, where we decided to start playing when we were 3-0 down. That is not going to be acceptable. So we have to start quickly. We have to get on the front foot. We have to put them under pressure. And yes, there'll be moments where they will, you know what I mean, be on top a little bit, but we have to stay strong. We have to stay strong at the back, and, you know what I mean, show our qualities, because I do think we have quality in this team, but these players are underperforming massively at the moment. I want the midfield. Please do something in that midfield. Anybody, Kasumu if Kasumu does start, that'll make a massive difference. But the midfield has been all over the place, non-existent in recent matches. So we need to start using our midfield. We haven't really got a proper, like what I call a proper midfielder. Yes, Kasumu is the closest to that, but I just think our midfield, the balance in our midfield is shocking anyway. I think that, we haven't got the right balance in there, and we haven't got the personnel to change it either. And when we do have the personnel to change it, but I just don't rate the players that are so-called backup, or second string, on the bench midfielders that we have on the bench usually. There is Hodge, who I think Hodge has been a bit underwhelming, I will admit. I do like his energy, but he's been a bit disappointing to me. Hasn't really done much at all. And so he needs to, start contributing more than he has shown recently. But everybody has to contribute more than they're showing. I want to see sharp, quick play, forward play. Seeing some good football being played, and actually, not just hoofing the ball upfield, because that's not going to work. So, yeah, that's what I think. Blue Terry's Brothers is our only natural left back available, and I think he's a good player when you play him as a left back rather than a wing back or centre back. Yeah, to be fair, I do get that. Look, it's a fair comment. I'm personally not a fan of Ruffles, whatever position he plays, but I do get what you're saying. And yeah, like you say, if he's in that left back position rather than the wing back or centre back, then maybe he will be a little, bit better. But I've just not I've just not been convinced with him really since he signed. To be honest with you, he's been rubbish. But yeah, so it's a Yorkshire derby. They're always feisty affairs. West versus South Yorkshire, of course, and it is going to be interesting. Both sides, like I said, let me know your score predictions down below in the chat. Let me know what you think the score is going to be. But both sides are in poor form, so both sides are struggling with confidence right now as well. So it's not like Barnsley going into it, really full of confidence. both sides will be quite apprehensive and quite, low on confidence. It might make for a nervy kind of start to the game potentially, but yeah. But yeah, let me know your score predictions. I mean, I just can't see. I just can't see us winning this game, guys. I really can't. We know we need to win it. We do, but I just can't see us winning this game. The likelihood of a draw is probably a big probability, because, like I said, Barnsley do like to draw games, and we do like a draw sometimes as well. But I just can't see either team winning the game. Both sides are struggling, but because of what's at stake, you'd hope that we can really take the game to them, and from our perspective, and put them under pressure, get some good deliveries in the box. You know what I mean? Because I'm tired of seeing us get to, when we do go forward and when we do get on the edge of our penalty area, that final ball, it's absolutely woeful. I'm sorry. You've got to beat the first man, the corners as well, the set pieces. If we get set pieces tomorrow, which I'm sure we will, let's not just keep hitting the first man, So yeah, if we are going to win this game, we're going to have to be massively better than what we've shown. I don't care who we're up against. From our perspective, we need to be massively better in our performance to make sure that we get the win. But my score prediction for this game, I think I'm going to go for a 1-1. And if I was to go for a Town win, I probably would go 2-1 to Town. But I just think probably 1-1, 2-1 us. I mean, maybe 2-1 them. You don't know, do you? But I just think I'm going to go for a draw. Play it safe. It's not going to be a good enough result for us, and it's certainly not going to be a good enough result for them either. But I can't really see. I am a bit concerned with their attacking players. To be fair, they've got some quality in them attacking areas, and if we're going to defend like we have shown in the past, then we're going to be really giving them a good opportunity to score goals against us if we're going to defensively just look shaky like we have. So yeah, I'm going to go for a 1-1. And Wayne has gone for a 2-1 to Town. I think for me, I just want to see is if we go out there and play well, which we haven't said much this season, to be honest with you. But if we do go there and play better than what we've seen in recent weeks, then I'll be happy. But I'm not going to get my hopes up and predict a win for us when I don't really have any confidence whatsoever going into this game, because it's just so flat at the moment, isn't it? Like we already know, you're going into games hoping for the best at this point, and we seem to have we've hit a real tricky spell again, and I don't know how we turn our fortunes around other than get results, but I don't know how we're going to get them results to keep in them playoffs. We can't keep relying on other teams now. Now we're on the fringe of the playoffs. We can't keep relying on other teams just to bail us out. We have to get the points ourselves, and it feels like we're clinging on to those playoff places, and it's just not good reading at all. But I'm sure it'll be a good game in aspects of it, but we're just going to have to wait and see what happens. But look, we're probably going to wrap up in a moment, because we have kind of covered everything, to be honest with you. I know it's been a bit of a short one. I usually like to go for the hour mark, but for these previews, sometimes they can be like 35, 40 minutes long. There's no real need to go on. But if you've got any questions, anything else to add, let me know how you're feeling ahead of this game. But yeah, it should be... Yorkshire derbies are the best. Yorkshire derbies are the best. Feisty affairs. There'll be a lot of passion involved and grit and determination tackles flying in. And yeah, that's what it'll be. But I just hope that, for our sake, we can grind out a win. I'm going to say grind out a win. I'm kind of being, I just mean like perform better than what we've seen, but just grind out the win. That Yorkshire derby win would be massive for us to kick on again. We need a spark again. Be good to see Charles score, because I think the longer that goes on with him not scoring, the more problematic that'll be. We need our strikers to be scoring, and Charles, in the 5 games he's played, he's still not got off the mark yet. So I do think it is important he can maybe, get a goal. He's had opportunities in the past weeks, but I just think he has kind of looked a bit. It hasn't looked like convincing his strikes, and looks a bit devoid of confidence. But we need him to start firing. We can't keep going on like this with our strikers not doing enough. Michael, that's a good lineup, Ryan. Thank you. Yeah, look, like I said, I think it's the best lineup we can go with at the moment, in my opinion. And I just want to see a 4 at the back. You know what I mean? I don't want to see us play that horrible formation that Duff plays with the wing backs. I'm sorry. I'm just tired of seeing it. It's not worked. It's not working. It hasn't worked all season, and I don't want to see it. So there we are. But any final score predictions, Michael? What do you think the score is going to be tomorrow? Let me know. But we're going to wrap up in a moment, guys. So get your final comments in if you want to contribute to the show. But be good to. It's kind of been a long week, hasn't it? In terms, since the last game where it was, a really frustrating result, the draw against Reading last weekend, but we've had plenty of time on the training pitch, so there is no excuses for a flat, lethargic performance tomorrow at all. So let's showcase what we can do. But yeah, don't think anybody has anything else to say. So guys, thank you all for watching. Make sure you do drop a like on your way out if you haven't already done so. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, and share the channel around with your friends as well. That would mean a lot to me if you can share the channel with everybody you know. Let's try and keep building. I'm sure you've all got plenty of Town fans out there who could potentially subscribe to the channel. Help me out, guys. It would be much appreciated. But look, the stage is set for tomorrow afternoon's derby, Yorkshire derby. Let's see if we can actually turn up for once and perform and get the result that we need, a win that would go a long way in trying to get back to some consistency in terms of results. Because, yeah, it's been very poor, hasn't it, lately? So, content coming up on the channel. Going to do a review of this game. We've got a midweek game, haven't we, next week as well? So, just thinking, the review will probably take place on Monday, and then we might have to do 2 streams on Monday. We'll do the review, and then we'll do a separate stream where we preview the game against Shrewsbury, who we play on Tuesday as well. So we probably will do that. So yeah, guys, have a good weekend. Fingers crossed for a Town. Please just give us something to shout about Town. We don't ask for much. We just need to get a result. We need a win. We need to see something on that pitch that we haven't seen for ages now. And yeah, let's see what happens. But guys, have a good weekend. Take care, stay safe. Thanks for all your support. Thanks for watching. If you are watching this on playback, like I said, get your comments in down below, your score predictions and your team lineups. Anything that you want to add, how you're feeling ahead of the game, let me know. And yeah, I'll see you very, very soon. But until then, take care, stay safe, And as always, up the town. Take care of you, and I will see you on the next one. Have a good weekend. A win tomorrow will make our weekend very cheerful. We've missed that feeling, haven't we? So let's hope we can do that tomorrow. But guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for your support. And I'll see you very, very soon. Good night.